You're watching Real Chinese here on BBC Learning Zone. And now the second programme covers introductions, the home and the family.
Family is the cornerstone of Chinese society, but lifestyles and relationships are changing. In this programme, young people in Beijing and their views on marriage, meeting people and getting introduced, and festivities at a wedding in the countryside. The city of Beijing has embraced the 21st century, with its sights set on the 2008 Olympics and a population of 13 million, Beijing's fashioned itself into one of the world's leading capitals. Recent years have seen the fabric of the city change out of all recognition. Until the 1980s, most of Beijing's residents lived in one-storey houses, along lanes known as hutongs. Over the years, these hutongs have become so cramped and unsanitary that most have been demolished to make way for blocks of flats. In some areas, though, people are fighting to hang on to homes they've lived in for generations. Once, the majority of Chinese families lived in houses like this one. The whole extended family gathered around a communal space and sharing their daily activities. Nowadays, though, the Liu family are unusual. 3 generations of them still live in this courtyard house, with Grandma Liu as the head of the family.
家
The family.
奶奶
Grandma.
女儿
Daughter.
儿子
Son.
孙子
Grandson.
我叫孟超，这是我奶奶，这是我妈妈，这是我爸爸。
我叫孟超，
My name is Meng Chao.
这是我妈妈，
This is my mum.
这是我爸爸，
This is my dad.
这是我奶奶，
This is my grandma. The Chinese philosopher Confucius taught that families have a duty to share their lives and care for each other. Courtyard architecture makes this possible.
关系很和睦，同时吧，就说是能够互相的沟通，互相的就说是有事儿互相帮助，非常方便。不是说住楼房吧，还得上这家上那家，就没有这个方便。我们在院子里喊一声就都出来了，特别方便。另外，在这个自然环境下吧，哈，可以出来接接地气，种种花，种种那个浇浇花什么的，是挺好的。
Nowadays, for a family to have so much room is a luxury. Mrs. Poo's situation is more typical. She's on the neighbourhood committee for the local community, earning £50 a month, and she lives in just part of a former courtyard house. Her husband's taken early retirement, and her 20-year-old son's still at college, so money is tight. They live in 2 rooms. Her son's bedroom doubles up as the living room and dining area. Her lean-to kitchen's also the shower room, the toilet's outside. Despite all this, Mrs. Poo still prefers it to living in a modern block of flats.
你看，像有的住的楼房里吧，他就是关起门来过自己的日子。说在平房里呢，就说人与人之间的沟通，可能就说接触可能要好一点，要多一点。我觉得这样来讲呢，我觉得还是，从我自身的角度来讲，我还是愿意住平房，方便，是吧？如果将来规范，如果那个就说各方面那个什么一下呢，就给孩子一个空间。这样来讲呢，就说孩子大了，也跟父母之间呢。也就稍微自己有一个空间，就是说自己方便一下。当然说我们愿意改变环境是我们唯一的希望。
While local people fight for their homes to be improved, the historic heart of Beijing's gradually being taken over by super-rich newcomers from Hong Kong and Taiwan, happy to spend huge sums on renovation. In modern Beijing, money talks. Business and professional classes are among the fastest growing sectors of the population. The Chinese are keen to show off their status, and the various ways they introduce themselves are clear proof, if a touch confusing. In professional circles, a man will often introduce his wife as Madam. In Chinese,
太太，这是我太太。
this is my wife.
我叫张可刚，这是我太太，她叫冯小玲，这是我女儿，她叫张涵露。
她叫张涵露。
She's called Zhang Hanlu. Another fashionable term for spouse among educated people,
爱人、
literally loved one.
母亲、
The formal word for mother.
父亲、
Father.
我叫徐畅，这是我母亲，这是我父亲，这是我爱人，这是我儿子。
Another way for a wife to refer to her spouse is
丈夫、
husband.
这是我的妈妈，这是我的丈夫，这是我的儿子。
这是我的妈妈，这是我的丈夫，这是我的女儿。
妈妈。
Thanks to population control introduced in the late 1970s, the modern city couple are likely to have just one child, and many don't want any more for fear of reducing their living standards. But these days, only children are often overindulged and overfed. Little emperors, the Chinese call them. In the past, it was considered vital to produce a son to look after you in old age.
儿子，
Son,
我有，
I have.
我有一个儿子。
I have one son.
我有一个儿子，
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 这是我的儿子，叫龙龙，今年1岁。
More leisure time and spending power, along with images and ideas from the West, are having huge impact on male-female relationships. Touching in public was once frowned on or even punished. Even holding hands was unacceptable. Traditionally, couples would have been introduced by their families. But now, young, affluent Chinese are asserting their independence and choosing their own partners. He Yong is a successful entrepreneur in his 30s. He runs a fashion retail business in downtown Beijing. He was born into a relatively prosperous family and he has one sister. He's felt a lot of pressure from his parents to get married and start a family.
他们希望你早点结婚，像他们一样过一个比较稳定的生活。差不多5年的时间，每一天或者每一周都push 我赶紧结婚。那么到现在，他们慢慢已经都放弃了，甚至我爸爸说我给我妹做了一个坏影响，我妹也不结婚，是因为我。来绿的是吧？那把那绿的给那个韩玲玲吧。
He Yong's friends share the same attitudes. Xiao Yi's been living with his girlfriend for 3 years, but they're not set on marriage or children, and his family aren't putting any pressure on him.
那么，争论于父母亲，我觉得现在也是随着中国这个改革开放吧，大家观念不断的在改变。我觉得父母对于我们要不要孩子，我们什么时候结婚，他们是完全尊重我们的我们的这个意见的。
To say you're married, say
我结婚了。
I'm married. To ask the question, say
你结婚了吗？
Are you married?
您结婚了吗？
我结婚了，
我结婚了，
结婚了，
结婚了。
我没结婚，这是我女朋友。
我没结婚。
I'm not married.
这是我女朋友。
This is my girlfriend. In the countryside near Beijing, population control has been less rigid, yet few families choose to have more than 2 children.
2个孩子，孩子
means children.
我结婚了，我有2个孩子了。
我结婚了，我有1个儿子。
The village of Mayufangze lies in a mountain region 50 kilometres north of Beijing. The area's recently been discovered by affluent city dwellers. It's become a popular spot for weekend outings. Nearly every house has turned itself into a restaurant or B&B. Once the villagers had to make a living from corn and sorghum. Now they grow a whole variety of crops designed to tempt the palates of city visitors. Several thousand guests come to sample the rural pleasures of Mayufangze every year. The shift from farming to tourism has made a big difference to the status of women in the village.
以前的妇女吧，结婚嫁到婆家就得伺候公婆、伺候丈夫、伺候孩子，还做一些家务。外边的事就是说是一切都不能干涉。现在的妇女就是说，年轻就是我们现在吧，先是可以年轻一点的那会儿，刚结婚那段就可以到外头上班或者什么。
Chairman Mao said that women hold up half the sky, and in this village it's never been truer than now.
招待客人呢，做一些这个饭菜呀，以这个妇女为主，她的收入呢要比这个男的这个收入要高得多，所以说呢，这地位呢也想着应该是她的地位要超过男同志的地位。
As the status of women has changed, Western-style romance has become the fashion, and most brides now dream of a white wedding. Chinese traditions are still hanging on, though. The bride's feet must not touch the ground. Sadly for the groom, sedan chairs have long gone. This couple live and work in Beijing, but they wanted their wedding celebrations back home. Four generations of relatives are present here. Great-grandma used to have bound feet, and she can no longer walk. The bride.
新娘
The groom.
新郎
The couple must first show their respects to their elders and all the guests. Once they would have kowtowed on their knees. Presenting a ring at the wedding is a new idea. When public touching was forbidden, games like this were a way of teasing the couple. Liu Yan and Song Haijiang have already had their civil marriage in Beijing.
我叫宋海江，这是我太太刘艳。
Presents of money are the most likely gift to the newlyweds.
我是新娘的爷爷，
我是新娘的奶奶，
我是新郎的父亲，
我是新郎的母亲，
我是新娘的爸爸，她是新娘的妈妈，
我是新娘的妈妈。
The precise ingredients of the wedding feast are important. There must be 6 starters, 8 fried dishes, 4 steamed and 4 stewed dishes, along with many other delicacies. By the end of the day, 300 relatives will have eaten to their heart's content.